Okay, one. So what you're talking about is vigilantism, which is coming. It's coming. Bioterror, the bio way of gain of function. Oh, it's coming. They got all kinds of stuff in the ready. It just hasn't escaped yet by accident, right? So that's coming. So there's a good 50 right there is a 50-50 chance we don't have to deal with it, or they won't have to deal with it at all, right? Because they'll be dead. Yeah, and the police department stuff. The fact that we have to have all this policing and mass surveillance is de facto evidence, Greg, that the society has already failed. It's already failed. A culture or society that requires policing at all, Greg, any policing at all is a failed society. When they shipped off the jobs in the 80s overseas to Mexico and to China, that was a fact of a failed society. We let the criminal class, Mr. Foley, the criminal class has taken over the government. We have a organized crime syndicate who have taken over the government by creating a fake money system, right? This is what happened. We are living in this whole thing our entire lives. Since 1971, Greg, when the gold window closed, there was no link between, and you can see if you've seen the graphs, but there's been no link between money printing and actual value of the money. When the government, which is a organized crime syndicate, figured out that was going on, they did everything in their power with all their casinos and drug trade and all their nefarious stuff. It's like, that's unfortunate. It's like, no, that's our government doing that. That's who's in charge right now. So you talk about this cops and stuff, the fact that we have all this policing and they're putting up these surveillance cameras and shit. Well, surveillance for what? The crime, there's crime out there. Yeah, it's just crime. Yeah. What do you do about it? No, we're just going to watch it. And these judges letting criminals out, it is a organized crime syndicate. And yeah, we're going to have to do vigilantism if we're lucky enough to survive with what's coming down, what we're already inside of, Craig. COVID was just a beta run. It was a spicy cold. Ooh. And all these old people, they still think that they really do think the government still exists, Greg. These boomers who maybe had actual real government when they were growing up, they still think the thing that's being called government is still, Mr. Foley, is still the government that they think it is. That's why they still believe in voting. They still think the money is real and all this other shit. They're going to cut off and we're going to spend our kids' inheritance and all this other shit. It's like they're on a death watch. They're on a death watch, Greg, because they're about gone. And after that, the government is going to be in full criminal syndicate mode. And it seems like societies always get to this point, always. And we're the ones that are going to have to live through it. We're going to the ones that have to live through it, and we're going to have to deal with it. So, man up, nut up. We are a failed society. This civilization is failed. Not going to fail. Not maybe fail. No, we're in the middle of a failed society. The fact that we have to have policing at all is proof. That's what Julius Evola was talking about. Is proof we're in the end. It's the end of this civilization. This civilization is over. And the fact that the criminal syndicates have taken over and everyone's like, no, it's a real government and all this other shit, Mr. Foley, is proof that we're in a failed society. So I've accepted this a long time ago. I know it's a struggle to accept it. It's very difficult to accept the fact that, all the institutions that we think are actually institutions are working for another task, Mr. PDP plan. We don't want you to go out that often because you're being too effective. Nobody wants to understand how your methods because that would make other people feel bad or some bullshit. Criminal syndicate, buddy, Mr. Foley. These are coffee grounds. You know what that means? You are asking a little too many questions. You're noticing a little bit too much, Mr. Foley. Our friends in Hollywood do not take kindly to your noticing of the failed society and how our friends have taken over every institution and wearing it like a skin suit, Mr. Foley. We do not appreciate you noticing our skin suit that we call government is actually just organized crime, Mr. Foley. Take your body back to Detroit before you leave in a green bag. Before it leaves in a green bag. And stop investigating the coffee grounds, Mr. Foley. Just tell yourself, Mr. Foley, that the coffee grounds are only for coffee. There is no other purpose for coffee grounds, Mr. Foley. Just keep telling yourself that and go back to Detroit and drink your cup of joe, Mr. Foley, before something terrible happens to you and your PDP plan. I was thinking that I should change your name from a performance de-improvement plan to a PUP plan, a PUP plan. Oh, PUP. That sounds cute. Performance unimprovement plan. Yeah, improvement? No, we don't need your improvement. We need you to unimprove. You're too improved already. So I'm changing the definition from a PDP plan to a PUP plan. PUP, PUP. So, Mr. Foley, consider noticing something else. Something else, like how much sugar you have in your coffee, Mr. Foley. Notice that instead. And keep your eyes on the coffee pot instead of our workings and dealings in the government, which is totally legit and has no other purpose other than to govern a nation of a proud people. Mr. Foley. Crazy how much stuff that we grew up with, that we thought was, oh, it's always been this way, just started with us. Like Department of Education, for example. That only started in 1976. And what was its stated goal, Greg? To improve the education standards of the American public, because these children need a lot of help and a lot of assistance. So we're going to go ahead and use a federal system to go ahead and make that improvement. And what did it do, Greg? Every year that department has existed, the scholastic standards have fallen every single year. And they're lying about how bad it is. Because the public school is a jobs program, number one, for their liberal arts soldiers getting out of college that don't have any skills other than to be a teacher, right? And then that becomes a jobs program and a union, right? The teachers union. It's only the only place those unions exist is in the government. Okay, yeah, that makes a lot of fucking sense. That totally makes sense. The only places unions are allowed is where the government gets control over them. Yeah, that's not a union. That's something else. That's a voting bloc, a political machine, as they would say. You never heard about that. You don't really hear about that no more. What's a political machine? Oh, get off the boat. Here's a ticket. He wants a free bowl of soup. Here you go. All you gotta do is vote for me. Voting. Now, another scam. So public school. Number one, jobs program for liberal arts students that can't get no job. Number two, babysitting operation. So two parents can both go to work and they say, look, our child's being educated because it's called a school. And they call it education. They're sitting in little classes, reading books. That's education. All right, dude. You can learn in 90 hours everything you need to learn in the whole elementary school to high school curriculum, homeschooled. But nobody wants to. That's illegal. You're going to get in trouble doing that. You're not qualified. Okay, so it's a babysitting operation. Third, indoctrination to the state government, to the state system of religion. Don't question it. Social Security is going to be there when you graduate. When you're old, after you pay in for 98 years, you'll be able to pull out for three seconds, and that's worth it. It's worth it. No. There's no more pensions anymore. Only for the teachers union get pensions. Air traffic controller union. That was the last one. Yankees like, oh no, we're gonna arrest all you if you don't get back to work. What do you mean arrest us? It's so fucked up. So, so indoctrination. And fourth place, you might maybe think about doing a little bit of maybe some reading, writing, some other bullshit in there. Took away civics. What's his voting? How does government work? Don't ask questions. How do taxes work? What is this? What are all these for? What is investing? Don't ask those stupid questions. We'll have a big company do it for you with your 401k. We got special numbers for this. See, look, we didn't take your pensions away. We gave you better options. You can get involved with the market. And the market, what is the market, Greg? What is the stock market? A fucking casino operation run from the basement of the Federal Reserve in New York City. Per Ben Bernanke, who invented the system, did his PhD on it. So you can simulate the whole stock market. You can simulate it. I mean, there's people that can front run it. Oh yeah. If you simulate it, you can front run it. Everybody have a building right next door, and you have little loops of wires, so it's all fair. Fucking bullshit. All this stuff is the whole society's fake, and the whole modern monetary thing. If money just keeps switching hands, that means it's gaining value. It's like. So you're just giving the money, so you're at a casino, and you're taking them to one chips, you're giving it to another guy, and that guy takes those chips and gives it back to you, and that's a productive operation? Yeah, it's because it's moving, it's changing hands. It's like, okay, the whole point of a productive society is it changes hands for value. For value, and there's stake in the game. Like you got something to lose and something to win, so people are careful. Not, I'm just going to play a shell game on you. 3-card money. Where's the red queen? Where's the red queen? Oh, it's bullshit. The whole thing is bullshit. Healthcare. Oh yeah, pharmaceutical companies. Oh yeah, so how do they test these products? Oh, they run their own trials. Oh, they're not going to hack the shit out of those? They're just going to run a trial until they get the right results? No, they would never do that because they're medical. Medicine's always fair. They have a medical oath. Oh, so if you break the oath, what happens? Oh, nothing. Nothing happens. Does anybody go to jail? Anybody get arrested? No. They're just going to pardon him. He can plead the fifth. Like, what the fuck is this shit? Organized crime, did I mention that our society has fallen and civilization ended around 1982? Yeah, we're all mad about it now because we're starting to feel the effects of it, but it's ended a long time ago. Now we're living through the shitty part, and it's gonna get a lot more shitty, so buckle up, bucko, and here we go.